Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, so it is time for weigh-in and the weekly weight loss topic. Weigh-in wasn't as good as it was last week. If you remember last week, I lost 2 pounds. This week, I was up a pound. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I had a few too many treats probably, but yesterday I was not feeling so well in the afternoon, and I don't know if that was part of it or what, but I'm up a pound. Not a big deal. It'll come off next week. And you have to tell yourself when things don't go as planned that when you step on that scale, that is a snapshot. That is 10 seconds of 24 hours in a day. I don't know about you, but I've gotten on the scale and I was like, down, say, a half a pound. And a half hour later, if I get on, I could be up a pound. Your weight fluctuates, not only day by day, not only hour by hour, but minute by minute. So now if you get on the scale and you gain 10 pounds, that's a little different. But if you see these slight fluctuations of a pound or less, you have to remember that sometimes it's just the time that you chose to get on that scale. So don't beat yourself up, especially if you had a pretty decent week, which I had a pretty decent week. But who knows? It could be so many different things that cause it. So don't beat yourself up. Take it and move on. And don't be afraid of the scale. Just do it. Just do it. Just get on, because it's not going to change anything. Right? Just own it and move on. Own it and do better. Own it and celebrate. Whatever it is that you need to do, just do. So I'm up a pound. Work a little harder this week. We'll get that pound off. Let's go on to the topic. How to create a weight tracking routine. Ever forget to step on the scale? Maybe even on purpose? Don't love how you feel before, during, or after you weigh yourself? Answer these questions to help you map out a confidence-boosting, progress-fueling action plan. It says to try this. Figure out when and how often you weigh yourself. And I'm going to tell you right now, that answer is going to be different for every single person. It is. I know I weigh once a week. I weigh every Wednesday morning. That is when I weigh, once a week. I never get on the scale any other time. I just don't. It's just not for me. I know people that weigh 2 or 3 times a week just to keep a check of where they're at. I know people that weigh every single day, and that's okay too. There is no right or wrong. The only time it's wrong is if you become obsessive about it. If you weigh every day and start, starving yourself because you're not, the scale's not going down, or skipping meals or things like that. But if you are okay weighing every day and you keep on with consistency, then that's fine. Everybody has to do what is best for them. And for me, I find that once a week is best for me, but that's not for everyone. So don't let anybody tell you to do it different. You have to do what works for you. Just make sure you're consistent with it. And like I said, if you are weighing every day, don't do things to the extreme to make that scale change numbers the next day. So it says choose a frequency between once a day and once a week. And then pick a day and time you can stick with, like first thing in the morning. I almost have like a little routine on Wednesday mornings. We get up, we work out, I make lunch. I do not have any tea before I weigh in, and I try not to drink a whole lot of water while I'm working out. And generally, Wednesdays is usually a weights day for me. It's usually a low impact weight day. It's just the routine I've created. And then I pack lunches and breakfasts for everybody, and then I go get a shower, I do my hair, I put my makeup on, then I weigh, then I get dressed. So that is my routine. That is what works for me. May not work for everyone. My routine used to be weighing in on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. because that's when I used to go to a WW workshop, and that's when I would weigh in. Now I'm a morning girl, and generally for my once a month weigh in to keep my lifetime status, I do Tuesday mornings. That's probably going to have to change coming up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but we'll figure it out. So that's the first thing. Pick your day, pick your time, and pick your frequency. Then number 2, how will you boost your confidence beforehand? Try reflecting on a non-scale victory since your last weigh-in, and pump yourself up with music or relax with a few deep, mindful breaths. I just jump on the scale. And if the scale is not kind to me, or if I wasn't kind to the scale, I do try to think about a non-scale victory. Okay, you're gonna hear my little friend in the background because he came, so I need to wrap this up. I was running a little bit late today, so my workout took me longer than I anticipated. So let's move on to number 3. What will you say to yourself when you track your weight in the app? Put the number in perspective. The scale is just a measurement. Just like I said in the beginning, I had no idea when I was saying all that about the scale that this was the topic this week. It says, or consider encouraging words like I am strong or keep on keeping on. Like I said, friends, it is a snapshot. It is 1 second, 10 seconds out of a day. Your weight can fluctuate. Now, like I said, if you gain 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds, that's probably not just a minor fluctuation. But I think anything like a pound and below is just a fluctuation. To me, that's a maintain, to be 100% honest with you. I mean, that's how I look at it. Now, we're going to get disappointed in a maintain, of course, if we are on a losing track, if we want to be on a losing track. And it's okay to get disappointed. It really is, especially if you had a great week. Especially if you look back and say, you know what, I was really on plan. I really had a great week. But we also have to remember, especially women, hormones can play a big part. Your bathroom habits can play a big part. The food that you eat the day before weigh-in can play a big part. So there's definitely a lot of factors that come into play. We just have to put them in perspective. If you beat yourself up, you're only going to make things worse. It's not productive. It is not good. Because that could send you into a tailspin. Like, well, you know what? I'm up 3 pounds today, so I'm having the pie for breakfast. Or I'm having that leftover cake for breakfast. What does it matter anyway? So we can really put ourselves in a bad way. I'm not trying to say be, Polly purebred and, Miss Pollyanna, but try to cut yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of slack, but not so much that you continue on the downward spiral. And it says number 4, what health promoting action will you do after you step on the scale? It can be as simple as drinking a glass of water or going for a short walk. Or you could prep or pre-track your next meal. I know, and I know this from experience, that when you get on the scale and it is not what you're hoping to see, it can go 2 ways. It can motivate you to be like, you know what? No, I am buckling down. I don't like this number. That is it. Or it can be like, screw it, I'm done. And going and having the cake or pie for breakfast. You are in control of what you choose. You know which one you should choose. Am I right? But it's not always the easy one to choose. And sometimes we falter. I know some people use their weigh-in day as what they call a cheat day or a treat day. If that works for you, that's great. You have to do what works for you. If I think if I stepped on the scale and then decided I was going to have a cheat day, treat day, off plan day, I would probably never get back on track. And that's just me. Sometime I do plan a little bit of a higher point dinner or a higher calorie dinner or a special dinner on weigh-in day, but it's just the one meal, and it's not like it's something super extravagant. It's just something that may be a little bit more higher in points or calories. But I don't go nuts all day. I don't just eat my face off, things like that. I stick with what I know and what I do. I've had days where I've gone off the rail, and let me tell you, I feel like crap. So I remind myself of that. I remind myself of how I felt, and then I don't. So no matter what the scale says for you, try to use it to your advantage. If you don't like what you see, get mad and buckle down. If you like what you see, remind yourself it looks so good because you are doing so good and you want to keep that momentum. Keep the momentum. It says to write out your action plan. The day and time you're going to weigh yourself, what you're going to do before you step on the scale, tracking your weight, and then what you're going to do right after you weigh in. There are 4 very important things that do not take more than just a couple minutes. It says, let's dive a little deeper. Even if you want to step on the scale regularly, we get that it's not always easy. Aside from simply forgetting, and honestly, guys, I have forgotten before. I've gotten completely dressed, completely everything, came downstairs and remembered. And I've gone back upstairs and took all my clothes off and did it again. Aside from simply forgetting, you might put it off if you're nervous that the number will go up. Or perhaps you've hit a plateau and don't want to see that same number again. That's the ostrich effect and human nature. The ostrich effect is the tendency to bury your head in the sand to avoid potentially unpleasant information or feelings. You've got to own it, my friends. You've got to own it. Whether you had a horrible week and you know that scale's going to go up, or you had a great week and you know that scale's going to go down, no matter what. Or if you thought you had a great week and it still goes up, you just have to own it. It's a snapshot. It cannot rule your life. The scale cannot rule your life. However, creating a routine that addresses the common challenges and fears associated with weight tracking can help you stick with it. And that's key, since science tells us that weighing yourself regularly can help you lose more weight and keep it off. I know back before I started WW, I had no clue. I had no clue that I was only 8 pounds from weighing 200 pounds. I had no clue because I buried my head in the sand. I had no clue. That's why I no longer bury my head in the sand, because if I did, it would inch right back up there. So, tracking your weight makes you more aware of your choices, and behavior impacts your progress. Doing it frequently takes the pressure off any single day or number, so you can see trends and the big picture, rather than focus on normal and insignificant fluctuations. And those are all things that help you navigate your way to your goals. I remember I did a little stint about a year ago. I did the free trial of Noom. And with Noom, you weigh yourself every single day. And that was hard for me. It was hard because the fluctuations were really, really there. And it took me a long time to get used to that. And by the time I got used to it, my free trial was over. But I can definitely see the benefit in that, because, you know, you might have a few fluctuations, and all of a sudden on your weigh-in day, you're way down. So there are definitely benefits to weighing yourself weekly, weighing yourself daily. You just have to decide what is right for you, because what's right for you is not going to be right for everyone. You need to own this. You need to do you. You don't worry about what this YouTuber says or this Instagrammer says. You do what is right for you. So my friends, that is it. Oh, the 3 fast facts. Sorry. Weighing yourself frequently is associated with greater weight loss. And I definitely can believe that because of the ostrich effect. Aim to step on the scale between once a day and once a week. And tracking your weight often can take pressure off any one day or number and help you realize that fluctuations are normal. Maybe I'll try weighing myself every day for a little while and see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, my friends, that is it. That is my weigh-in. I am up 1 pound even. That is the weekly topic. You got this. You do what's right for you. You do what's right for you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me today. I know we are all very, very busy people, and I know it is sometimes a struggle to find time to fit in a YouTube video. So I do appreciate that you chose to watch mine. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up on this video. Leave me a comment below. Let me know below, how often do you weigh? What is your sweet spot? And that is it. I will leave some old videos linked right here, and I will see you guys in my next video.